of that movement and many voices. One of them, though, that was perhaps the strongest, and to quote her, described herself as the best citizen she could be on those days, was Lynn Cornby. And we'd like to enjoy Lynn to join us.
Thank you all for standing out here all this time in the cold. I know everybody's toes are probably getting cold. I want to follow up on what Carlene was saying earlier about the announcement that we heard yesterday that our new government is preparing legislation to expand the review process. I want to share in Carlene's hesitation. This doesn't mean we can relax for 1 second. This means we have to continue our vigilance. They say that they will be engaging with First Nations. We need to strongly stand beside our allies and make sure that what we see is a sincere, earnest engagement nation to nation. That's number one. They say that now we're going to consider climate change. That's great news. However, the reason that this process is a sham is not just because of the limited range of issues. It's not just because they didn't want to hear about climate change. It's because they have given cause for us to doubt their credibility, to lack trust. And that is because we are lacking oral cross-examination. The evidence they're looking at is unexamined. It's uncritical. The scientific evidence that they're looking at has not been peer-reviewed. There is no quality control, and this is a panel that is completely ill-equipped to sort through the volumes and volumes and volumes of junk that they've been presented with and figure out what's the valid evidence upon which to make this decision. So we need to pressure our new government that, yes, we are happy that you're paying attention. We are happy to have an expanded process, but it needs to be done right. We have at least 3 newly elected Liberal MPs who campaigned very strongly on the promise that this sham would not be continued. Pamela Goldsmith-Jones, Jonathan Wilkinson, and Terry Beach in West Vancouver, North Vancouver, Burnaby North Seymour need to be held to account. If you live in those ridings, please be sure to be visiting their offices early and often. It's also important to note Jonathan Wilkinson is now the Secretary to the Environment and Climate Change Ministry. Terry Beach is the Secretary of Science. In those roles, they are responsible and accountable to all of us, wherever we live in Canada. We need to hold them to account. Where is Terry Beach on the issue of the quality of evidence that we are dealing with here? It is in his mandate to ensure that only the best quality of examined and reviewed evidence is being considered. We need his voice. So what can we do? We can do lots of things. One, as I say, engage your public officials. But there's not enough of us. We're happy when we get 5,000 people out to the People's Climate March in Vancouver. That's not enough. We're off a whole order of magnitude or two. We need 50,000 people at those marches. So this is not an easy thing to do. It sounds easy, but it's not. To engage all those people that we know agree with us past, but they seem to feel so powerless that it's not worth their energy and their effort to engage. We need to bring them in. As Carlene said, we need to do it gently. I encourage you to invite your neighbors to go with you to meet with your MP. I invite you to host a simple letter writing party. Have some fun, have a dinner party, get people to bring their laptops and cross-fertilize ideas and write letters and be prepared with addresses. Gentle ways. The more you can engage people, the more they will feel empowered. Empower your friends, empower your neighbors. Okay, my final point is that please take care of yourselves and take care of one another. We've still got a long way to go. We have a long way to go on this project, and this project is not the only one. We know we're fighting LNG, we know we're fighting toxic soil dumps, we're fighting unregulated mining, and at the top of the list, underlying or over above it all, we have these free trade agreements. We must not ratify the TPP. So thank you all for coming out today, because it's together that we have power.